I want to review with you what we did last week. We talked about how we can move our bodies and dance. We also wanted to look at words, but not any kind of word, a special kind of word. We wanted to look at action words. What's another way of calling an action word? Verbs. So we had only a few verbs here. Did anybody think of any more verbs that I can add? Because we were looking at verbs that were called axial. Can we say axial? Axial. Can you show me X? Because we're thinking of verbs or actions that we do in one spot. And you know what? I have two ways of imagining that I'm going to draw for you. And I'm going to tell you, they weren't my idea. They were the idea of a kindergartner, 1, and a first grader, 2. And I'm going to share that. The first idea or imagination idea was imagining a tree. I think this came from a first grader. And this first grader said, well, Miss Rojas, a tree does not move. Does a tree move from its spot? No. A tree moves a lot. And you'll notice today on your way home, you look out, look at the trees, and they will be moving because there's wind. It's a stormy day, right? But do they move from their spot? No. What keeps them there?
The stems.
Roots. So when we think of axial, we think of roots. We think of something that cannot leave from its spot. Also, the cute little kindergartner said, Miss Rojas, this reminds me of a sign that I see when I go to school. What does it remind them of? Stop sign. And she, said that because she was making a connection. And she said, it reminds me of being stationary, just stopping, not moving. What would be the opposite of this? What would be the opposite of staying in one place? Leaving my spot. We're not going to do that yet. We will. Next week, we will definitely move around. But today, we're going to continue staying kind of in our spot, and we're going to learn about how we can make up dances like that. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Anybody think of anything else we could put here? Any other ways we can move? Staying in a spot? Because that was your homework, yeah. Dinah, did you think of one? Dina?
What did we do with that one? We added that one to our list.
Oh, nice. Jump, and you know what? I'm going to hold on to jump because jump is going to take us somewhere. So can you hold on to jump and bring it next week? Yeah. We're thinking of things that won't leave our spot. I love jump. That's one of my favorites. So we have bend. Can you show me bend? Bend your knees. Let's stand up. Go ahead. Ms. Rojas is going to give a little test. Bend your knees. Bend your neck. Bend your elbows. Ha, very good. Then we're looking at bounce. Bounce your knees. Bounce high. Bounce low. Good. Throw. Nice. What can we imagine we're throwing?
A ball.
Okay, throw a basketball. Nice. Stretch. Stretch. I'm noticing everybody stretching. Good. Shake. Nice. Lisbeth is shaking her hands. Twist. Twist. Good. Balance. Balance on one leg. I learned that second graders are learning a lot about balance in their science class, right? So what helps us to balance? What do you need? What if we wanted to balance to the side? If I wanted to balance this side, what do I want? Use my hands to counterbalance, right? Is that what you call it? What if I wanted to balance to this side? Would I use my arms to counterbalance? I see Elisa counterbalancing. I see Brittany using her arms to counterbalance. Notice that those of you making noise aren't balancing as well as those of you who are not making noise. Notice that those of you whose centers are strong are balancing better than those who have wiggly tummies. Okay. Can we see swing? Can I see swing? Wow, you guys get A's in all of these things. I didn't add one. I want to add one. This one is fun because it's almost like jumping, but in a different way. It does move very, 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 very fast. Spin. Can you spin? This is a particularly fun one. Now, it's hard to spin on the carpet, but try spinning on one leg. Let's try it. Ah. All right, now let's try silent spins and see if we do any better. Much, much, much better. I love the way when you put your voice in your body gets stronger. We talked about patterns. What was our pattern last time? We went up.
Side to side.
So we're going to warm up our bodies. I'm going to ask for some helpers to come and be leaders. We're going to look at our pattern, up, down, side, side, and we're going to look at our movement.